Welcome everyone. This is going to be a reading for all signs individually, and I'll have them time-stamped for you. This is just really what you need to know now. I just got done with the playlist for you guys for August, so that's available to you, but this is like a quick little message. Last time I did this, it took me 3 hours. And I realized my camera only went 3 hours, so I'm going to try to do them a little quicker this time. We're going to use a couple different decks. We're going to use the Psychic Tarot. We're going to use the Tarot of Dreams. We're going to use the Light Seers. And we're going to use the Gilded Tarot. And we'll just keep mixing them up, okay? But we're going to start with Aries. And I am going to pull off the top. I know some people don't like that, but the decks have been well shuffled, and I'm giving them a couple more shuffles. Okay, well, I'm taking that. So we're starting with Aries. I didn't want to take this many, but they all came face up. What am I going to do? All right, we have positive movement forward. I like that. Number 8 can certainly stand for a new beginning. We have power. Look at that, another 8, 88. Interesting, because we just went through the Lionsgate portal, and that was 88. Also a card of Libra or Leo, by the way. We have the 3 of Swords. I'm hoping this is what you're overcoming. We have mental conflict. But then we have the Ace of Swords. So, the Ace of Wands. That's power. That's something that's being ignited within you. It's interesting because I feel like you definitely have overcome some heartache. And I feel like it's meant to be put in the past now. You know, power. That's the Strength card. That talks about dealing with things within. You know what I mean? Like overcoming this 3 of Swords. Sometimes someone breaks my heart and there's just nothing I can do about it. 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, I don't know. I just get this feeling like whoever caused this heartache, I kind of feel like they were meant to be eclipsed out anyway. Now I know that's hard to hear, but if that's the case, it's because something else is coming in. Positive movement forward, and then the Ace of Wands. That's passionate. It's desirable. It is sitting next to the 2 of Swords, so I get it. You know, it's like the 2 of Swords is a little bit of fear over what is coming in, and this may be something you feel before it actually arrives. So honestly, Aries, I feel like you are ending a cycle. Maybe, you know, maybe August is definitely the time that you're ending it. I definitely feel that, because especially with these 8s, like positive movement forward, overcoming what was, you know, finding balance within again. Doesn't mean again that fear can't raise its ugly head, but I feel like you can overcome that, you know, and sometimes it just means take something step by step by step. I just want to take one card right down the middle with the 5 of Cups. Alright, so I feel like the 5 of Cups is saying that this is talking about energy of the past, right? The 5 of Cups is really where my focus is on what I've lost. All of a sudden I'm like, did I turn my volume up? Yeah, okay. It's where your focus is at. It's really on the cups that I have lost. But really what the 5 of Cups wants you to recognize, first of all, it's a 5, so it speaks of change, right? Maybe there's just nothing I could have done anymore about these cups that are knocked over. And that is relating right back to that 3 of Swords. However, this energy says when you don't focus, like you no longer focus on what you have lost. Instead, start thinking about what's yet to be gained, what else is out there for me, you know? If it's talking about love, and this love didn't work out, you know, it's not the only love that's in your life. There will be another love. And I feel like the universe is saying, we're going to ignite that passion within you. But you do have to trust it at the same time. Remember this person in the Five of Cups, when they change their focus, ultimately what they're going to find is those two cups. It's a soulmate energy. Now, I feel like it's just saying for right now, this is you overcoming the past. Putting the past behind you, but with purpose, because something new wants to open up. Positive movement forward. Positive movement forward. Okay, I'm going to let that be. Put those right there. I'm just going to give them another shuffle. I like to just give them a shuffle in between. Give them a cut. And we are moving on to Taurus. Taurus, your reading for April, what am I talking about? August was, I felt incredible. You know, I mean, that's just what I felt. Okay, we have the universe. So, a new chapter. You know, this is the World card, and the World card to me is the closest card, the closest energy to God. Why? Because it's the last tarot card in the deck, the last major arcana, and it really is about your spirituality, you know, and maybe this is a period of time when your spirituality is really going to be on fire. I'm seeing that 21, which would be a 3, potentially the energy of joy. Let's keep going. Conflict and defeat, a 5, authority, your neighbor, the Emperor. Some of you may have lost a job. You may have had to like overcome some challenges. You know, something may have happened like that's just completely outside your control. However, in the same breath, I feel like, does it then not move you towards something new? Some of you, I literally feel like you lost a job, but this is you now standing as the Emperor, ready to build something on your own. You know, the Emperor's going to use his wisdom, his experiences, put a plan in place, whatever it takes. So, again, I feel like you're overcoming whatever challenges you had to get through. Look at that, the Star card. It's about your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. You know, sometimes the universe has to clip something out of our life, and we don't realize it at the time, but it's so that something new can come in. So that is of your dreams and your wishes. Well, hello, material harvest. Taurus, I feel like you're starting your own business. This is successful self-employment. This is, you know what this energy talks about, if you're willing to put in the work within the Nine of Pentacles, and that is just building up your career, your life, you know, your money. If you're willing to put your focus on it, if you're willing to put in the work, then you're the one who directly benefits from this energy. You know, not the man, you. This is a very independent type energy, and I feel like some of you, this is just what you've been wishing for. You know, so it's almost like something had to be eclipsed out of your life, but it's only so it could bring you to this point of independence. You know, I feel like conflict and defeat, it almost doesn't fit here, right? So it's a 5. It's change. And I feel like that's the change, again, maybe not be something I had hoped for or wished for, but in the same breath, it is moving you towards a dream. It's moving you at least towards a soul's, you know, a seed that your soul planted before it came here. Some of you may be on a life path 3 or a life path 5, and that, you know, both of them are really about building up your physical world. A life path 8 also. Or you could be in a personal year 3, 5, or 8. So I love seeing material harvest. Let's take one over that. Seven of Cups, making a choice, making a decision. You know, an opportunity may show itself, and this can be chaotic energy. You know, this can also be not trusting yourself as it relates to picking a cup. This cup ultimately, because, you know, your wishes are right here, the universe is here, the Emperor is here, and material success is here, material harvest. Some of you, this is actually harvest time. But I do feel like I have to make a decision. I have to choose a cup. I have to take a direction and then put my energy behind that direction. And I feel like everything will fall in place. Again, material harvest, but it's due to your experiences. It's due to your knowledge, your wisdom. Even this can even be the energy of learning as you go. I may not know everything, but ultimately you land in material harvest. So, you know, you land in an energy that's very independent of others. Doesn't mean that, you know, I don't want other people in my life. It just means that I can take care of me. And I know that's an important thing for you. So I kind of love seeing this. The dream's coming true. It has to do with your finances. It's the opportunity to really do whatever you want within that. It did come after a shakeup. But that shakeup, you know, even though at the time doesn't feel like a blessing, it ultimately looks like a blessing to me. All right, Taurus. All right, let's move on to Gemini. Give it a shuffle, and a cut, and just let me put a mark. I have a list going here. Okay. Gemini, yours was the last reading I did for August. Also a great reading. Patience and planning. Patience and planning. Movement, choices, decisions. Interesting, because first you have patience, and now you have movement. It's almost like a plan is coming together. Well, hello, Triumph. This is the Chariot. This is really unlimited potential. It is the energy of Cancer, your neighbor to the other side. Unlimited potential. 2 sevens, by the way. I find that interesting because we're in a universal year 7. Ace of Swords. Triumphant success. And last but not least, rest and rejuvenation. Okay. So I feel like you've been in a period of time where, yes, maybe you were, you know, rejuvenating. Maybe you were taking it easy, so to speak. But I feel like while you were, it's almost like, you know, like I break my foot and I can't help but lay around because I can't walk on it yet. But however, while I'm going through that, these epiphanies arrive. This, you know, it's like your guides are helping to direct you. So I never feel like there's wasted time, because even in the period of time where maybe I'm not doing a lot, still there's epiphanies. It's like you start to put a plan in place, and it's almost like, you know, if you're looking for a job, it's like you put out your resume and you're going to hear back. You're definitely going to hear back from someone. We have the 5 of Wands over everything. Interesting, because another 5, right? We keep getting 5s, and 5 first and foremost talks about change. So in the 5 of Wands, it talks about battling type energy. This is the energy where no one's really the victor, because no one wants to back down here. And you know what? I have a feeling this energy, just like with all the other 5s that we've seen so far, I have a feeling this energy helps move you into the next part of your life. But I just have a feeling like, you know, someone's being eclipsed out of it. But you know, kind of feels like they were meant to. I do feel like you've been spending some time like recovering from some type of past, well, I don't know. I want to say pain, but I don't know if pain is the right word. But I definitely feel like you're recovering from your past. And I feel like, again, while you're recovering, you're receiving these epiphanies. And, you know, if you can trust your guides, trust your intuition, this is you putting those epiphanies in place. Now, the Ace of Swords, to me, it just feels like someone's communicating to help you. You know, it's like the plan, and then the Ace is the way. You know, like if I'm putting out resumes, then I'm hearing from someone, and it feels like it's a very good opportunity. If this is talking about, again, I don't know why I'm getting all these job losses, but if that's the case, then it's saying that, you know, the people we're working with anyways, there's probably a lot of drama around them. This may have been something you've been dealing with for a while, like drama, other people's drama, and you know, what does it do? It hinders your ability to create in the way that you're able to create. So these fives, even though they all seem somewhat tough right now, they all seem to be, again, and maybe why I'm doing this is in August, is because there are things being eclipsed out of our lives, but it's only so that new things can come in. You know, I feel like you've had patience. I feel like you've been planning while you've been patient, and I do feel like some of you have been healing from something, but now it's time for movement. The Chariot says, don't put any limit on how far something can go, because this is unlimited potential again. Card Cancer, by the way, I should say that. Just don't get involved in other people's dramas. It won't serve you. And again, I feel this energy of like needing to heal my mind after all this drama. Just needing to heal myself, like relax and get away from that energy. It doesn't seem to serve you. And, you know, again, these epiphanies I feel like you're receiving, I do feel like you're meant to put them into action. You got the ball now, put it to use. Okay. Gemini. Short but sweet. Alright, I think I'll use this deck for one more, and Cancer, Europe. I don't know why I'm cutting them. Alright, Cancer. Rejoice in celebration. 3 of Cups. Patience. This is Temperance. This is about divine timing. Card of Sagittarius. But I feel like, you know, wherever you've had to have patience, now it feels like there's movement, because it's giving you right off the bat a reason to celebrate. Patience, divine timing, everything in its right time. Sacrifice. Victory and success. Beautiful. Trapped in fear. Interesting. Because you have sacrifice over here, by the way, there's my son's birthday. I've been seeing it everywhere. So, his birthday's coming up, 8/12. So anyways, I feel like, again, the sacrifice feels like it's really this 8 of Swords. It's this self-created prison. You know, for some reason, I feel like you weren't believing in yourself. And maybe you weren't believing in your own voice. You know, the 6 of Wands here, to me, really, to me, it feels like it's like your platform. And other people paying attention to what it is you have to say. And they're paying attention because of your actions that you've taken. You know, whether you're telling the world or you're just telling your friends. Again, I feel like other people, you're helping other people due to your actions, due to your actions today and also your prior actions. Patience, right? Divine timing. Something needed to be sacrificed, and it feels like really what it is the mind, is my thought system. Like I need to believe in divine timing again. I need to believe that divine or your spirit guides are involved in your life. You know, when I see my son's birthday, because many of you know he has crossed over, I feel like it's also a message for you that your guides are very present in your life. All right, the Hermit, look at that. Excuse me. The Hermit, card of Virgo. But this is about your wisdom. You know, for some of you, it's like literally you might have gone through the dark night of the soul. And that may be what the Eight of Swords is, right? Like I had to take a deep dive to figure out why I created this prison. You know, Temperance can be also waiting on you. Divine timing and waiting on you to... Because the only person who can uncreate this prison is you. The person who created it. But the Hermit's lantern is illuminating that for you. You know, it's almost like you had to go through something difficult, but the reason being is because you're going to be using that experience and you're going to be bringing it to the table in some way, somehow. I also feel like there's something major that you've learned. It may be of a karmic nature because I feel like this is something that you, it's like you won't have to deal with again, right? As long as I see that, then it's like that karma is paid off for good. Now, don't forget, we opened the reading with Rejoice and Celebration, followed by Temperance. Beautiful energy. And the Hermit there, you know, it's like, almost like Temperance is saying, I had to wait for you to find that light. I had to wait for you to figure out that you are that light. And these self-created prisons, you can break free from them. Not only can you break free from them, but then you can use them as your platform to help others. I feel there is a theme running through these readings. Alright, Cancer. Now we're going to go to Leo. But I am going to change decks. I'm going to bring in the Tarot of Dreams. Well, if I can pick them up. Let's give them a couple shuffles. Excuse me. Let's give them a cut. All right, Leo. You have the Three of Wands. Well, I like that for you. That's an optimistic view at your future. Well, hello, Ace of Cups. No wonder you're having this optimistic view. You know, and in the Three of Cups, I'm sorry, the Three of Wands, again, it's about your optimism, but it's the energy of like, I just know my ships will come in when they're meant to come in, and I'm letting go of control of the rest, you know, like I can't control when something's going to come in. So I'm just going to trust. I'm going to keep my intentions positive, and that way I can manifest in a positive way. Well, what do you manifest? The Ace of Cups. Unconditional love. We have the Hangman. Maybe it's just not the moment, right? Doesn't, you know, the Ace of Cups is here, whether the Hangman's here or not. But that can be a pause in the action. We have the Eight of Cups. And we have the Six of Wands again. Different deck. So, let's look at this. Excuse me, guys. I don't know why. Every time I start reading, I want to cough. So we have the Hangman that is kind of putting the Ace of Cups on pause. Now, I don't feel like this is for long, but I do feel like there's a requirement, and that requirement is looking within your emotional house, having clarity. You know, the more clarity you can have over your emotional house, and that doesn't mean I need to know why every cup has fallen over in my life. You know what I mean? It's because some of them are just like free will decisions, you know, that type of energy, and maybe they don't deserve like a whole lot of time or a whole lot of reflection. This is really just looking at what emotionally has held me back. So, you know, the person from the Eight of Cups is moving towards the Nine of Cups. That's inner harmony. And that's what the Three of Wands is to me. Inner harmony, and really just letting go of control. And then we ultimately end up with the Six of Wands, victory. Again, I feel like many of you have these platforms, and I feel like many of you are speaking about like how I got from here to here. Okay, we have the Ten of Swords. Well, that kind of puts a damper on it. However, the Ten of Swords is speaking of the past, because I feel like the Ten of Swords speaks about a repeat pattern. And this may be asking you, or you've already done this. Like, I'm looking at, you know, the parts of my life where I kept getting the daggers in my back over and over and over again. It definitely feels like it has to do with your emotional house, you know, love, that type of thing. But for some reason, the daggers kept ending up in your back. Well, again, that is a pattern, and that is what needs looked at, and I feel like that is what you're looking at in the Eight of Cups. So I feel like this is talking about love that's on its way, or let me put it a different way, love that's already written, you know, it's part of your destiny, but the Hangman is now serving the purpose of allowing you, or giving you the opportunity to clear this energy of, again, the Ten of Swords that, again, landed in your emotional house. So I feel like as soon as that energy is cleared, again, in the Three of Wands, I'm not really putting any like, okay, I need to have love by this time. No, I'm just starting to, you know, I must have learned about energy, because I'm really just looking at my life and saying, you know, if I live a positive life, if I keep my intentions positive, then I'm going to manifest that positivity back to me. It's just the way it is. Ten of Swords, you know, dagger after dagger in my back, so much so that I just keep expecting another dagger, and they just keep showing. It's where my focus is. You know, doesn't mean that you deserve those daggers, but if it gets to the 10, I feel like I need to look at a repeat pattern that may be with me, be within me. You know, maybe I allowed people to talk to me in a certain way that I truly didn't deserve. A lot of mental type energy that again landed in your emotional house. So that Hangman is just kind of in a way saving you, so that when this ace shows up, and it will, it can be in really positive, in a positive light. Okay, gonna leave that there. I know these are short, but they're meant to be. And you can definitely check out your monthly, maybe to get more clarification on it all. All right, Virgo, my fellow Virgos. I'm a Virgo sun. Sam is a Virgo sun and moon. By the way, I want to remind you, because I should have reminded Gemini also, that Mercury is going into retrograde on Sam's birthday, August 23rd. So just prepare for that, because I do feel like it affects us a little bit harder. You know, it can affect us through our electronics. our words, that type of thing. So just like, I feel like when we know it, then we can, because there's many times when Mercury's in retrograde and like videos don't work or what have you, just out of the blue. I know it's Mercury retrograde, so I don't allow myself to get like all upset like I used to. All right, Virgo. Well, there's those 10 swords. 6 of Cups. King of Wands. Some of you might be connected to Leo, and I'm saying that because Leo also had that 10 of Swords. And then the King of Wands. 7 of Pentacles. I love the 7 of Pentacles because I feel the 7 of Pentacles is your soul seeds of intention. Like the seeds that your soul planted before it even came into this lifetime. And then the 9 of Wands. Okay. So 10 of Swords being the first card. We already know what that's about. The repeat pattern, right? Dagger after dagger. Maybe from this king. Maybe not. But, you know, the 9 of Wands here is saying this is about, or this is an opportunity to look at this, to see your own responsibility in anything. And often I feel if we see the 10 of Swords, it's usually because I stayed too long. Usually because I gave my power away. Why? There's a million different reasons. Sometimes, you know, you find yourself with a narcissist and it's like, damn. But at the same time, I feel like whatever you've been through, there's great learning from that. You know, 6 of Cups is about happy memories, the treasured memories. So I don't really feel like the 10 of Swords and the 6 of Cups belong together. Let's take, we have the Emperor. Card of Aries. The Emperor. Planning. Patience. Ultimately, the leader of the people. You know, I have a feeling this is saying to you, some of you may still be in that 10 of Swords energy. And you may be wondering, how do I get out of it? I feel like a plan. You got to put a plan in place. And I wouldn't be surprised if the 6 of Cups is talking about someone of your past. And for some reason, I'm not feeling that the same person that put the swords in your back. And those swords could just be life. You know, people, life, situations, all of that. Now, I do have to say with the 7 of Swords here, or I'm sorry, the 7 of Pentacles and the 9 of Wands, again, I feel like opportunity to learn from my past. Number 1, so I don't repeat it. But number 2, so I can see the strength that I've gained. You know, the 9 of Wands is all about becoming the spirit warrior. Right? And maybe the only way I can really become a spirit warrior is to go through the difficulties of like the 10 of Swords. Knowing where I gave my power away, who I gave my power away to, why, my voice, all of that. Why did I keep taking the daggers? And don't blame yourself. This isn't about blame. This is just knowing oneself. The Emperor, I feel like, is standing very strong. For some of you, this is going to talk about an Aries that you once knew. I feel like I just want to take one more. Look at that. We have the King of Cups. So I feel like one thing has ended. Probably love has ended. But I feel like it was difficult anyways. I feel like it was very difficult. Now, I don't want you to close your heart off because of that. I want you to look at what you can look at, gain what you can gain from it, and then close the door to that if you can. I know you can. King of Cups coming out next. This is someone who, I feel like if it's speaking about love, this is someone who wants to be in love. I feel like the Emperor, for some of you, is an Aries, but I also feel like it's you. And I feel like it's like, you know, the vibration you have reached after the fact. You know, the Emperor goes through those hard experiences. That is how he ends up leading the people. Because I've been there, I understand, I know it. So, I feel like there's a seed coming to fruition. I do kind of feel like it's love. I do feel like it may be someone that is of your past. I do not feel like it's someone who put these swords in your back. You know, they may have put one or two, but I don't feel like they're responsible for all these swords. I feel like it's life. A lot of different things. However, I feel like once you reflect upon that and understand it and take away the power that those swords once held, I feel like you're free. You're free to allow this next seed to come to fruition, right? This is your garden within the Seven of Pentacles. It is patience, right? But it's also nurturing your own garden. Someone may have like, it's almost like they went in and pulled the plants, but you know what? You're reseeding them. You're replanting them, just not with that person. Okay, we're going to let that be. And we're going to move on to Libra. Give him a cut or a shuffle. Okay, well, these wanted to come out, so we're going to take them. We start with the Devil. I want you to really look at that card, though. You know, to me, first of all, it's a card of Capricorn. But it can talk about, like, illusionary type energy. This can be the illusion that I'm stuck, right? That I can't change my situation. I can't change my life. If you look at this person, they're in a cage, right? But the door is wide open. They're just not looking at that door. So I feel like there may have been some type of vibrational energy that made you feel, you know, you couldn't make a change when, in fact, you can. You know, again, illusionary. And then the Ace of Pentacles follows that. Well, hello. That's the way. You know, the Ace of Pentacles talks about something that's coming into your physical world to make real changes, to really expand your soul. I mean, you can really do whatever you want with this Ace. It's tangible. It's meant to grow roots. Don't forget, it's your garden. Page of Pentacles. Two Pentacles. The Nine of Swords. Okay. Kind of makes sense. So, let's talk about the Nine of Swords first. Nine of Swords is about worry. But its message is unnecessary worry. You do want to reflect on that because it is a 9. We always want to reflect on a 9. But we want to give it final reflection. I'm not meant to stay in it and replay it over and over and over again. I feel like, you know, it's interesting because I feel like there's this Ace coming in. And I feel like it's coming in no matter what. Now, I have to look at this Ace. And if I, for some reason, because the Two Pentacles is below that, right? So that puts the ball in your court, whether you're going to even accept this Ace. The only reason I feel like you would not accept this Ace is because you may feel stuck in a certain situation. However, I feel like this Ace is there to help you get unstuck. Page of Pentacles to me is a path of knowledge. You know, it's like you've learned a lot. You just need to trust that now. Trust within your own wisdom. You know, the Ace is looking right back at that page. And by the way, for some of you, this is a great opportunity. Like if I want to go back to school, or if I want to learn a new craft, whatever it may be, just trust in yourself. Even if like everyone is saying, oh, that's no good for you, if you feel it within, follow that. Because again, this Ace of Pentacles is meant to take root. It's something that has the potential of lasting for eternity. But I have to, again, tend my own garden. All right. Knight of Wands. I kind of love seeing that. First of all, this can be fast-moving energy. And that fast-moving energy can be a little bit of why that Nine of Swords is here. It's like, oh, uh-oh, ruh-roh. However, it is about action, but it is something that's passionate. It's something that's going to be desirable to you. You need to trust that and don't fear it. You know, I feel like a knight will always complete their mission. So this energy is going to reach you. And it can be a little scary, I suppose. Especially if I feel kind of stuck in my present situation. It's like the universe is saying, but we're helping you. We're helping you to tend your garden again. Take these seeds that we're sending you and let them blossom. Fear be gone. Can be something that's coming in very soon also. So I feel like the main thing you want to look at here is, where do I think I'm stuck? Is it the truth or is it an illusionary type energy? Now, for some of you, this could certainly be a Capricorn that may be coming back into the picture from an earlier time. That could definitely raise up the fear a little bit. But at the same time, the ball is in your court. And I feel like, you know, this is talking about following your passion. The Knight of Wands is action over the Ace of Pentacles. You got the ball, now put it to use. All right. Libra, Libra, Libra. All right, Scorpio. I'm actually doing this video because I was just watching a video my daughter just did for all signs, and I thought, I should do one also. Jenny Love Chiro, by the way, if you want to check it out, I'll put a link to it below. All right, Scorpio. Well, there you are, Queen of Cups. Faith, Taurus. It's your opposite, by the way. And I think I even said this in your reading, like, I love Scorpio and Taurus together. I really feel like they complete each other. Now, beyond that, this is about your belief system. You know, questioning your belief system, because again, it's a 5. You know, are you living your true, authentic life, or are you doing things that other people are telling you to do? We have the Page of Wands. I feel like the Page of Wands to me is like the Fool. This is someone who's willing to take chances. I have a feeling it's taking a chance on yourself, especially with faith right there. Believing in yourself. We have the Emperor again. Some of you, much like my daughter, are creating your own businesses. You know, what does this tell you when the Emperor shows up, especially with faith here? It tells me that, how can I, first of all, I can be very successful in this energy. I just have to believe in myself. I have to use my authentic self and not everybody else's say so. This is putting a plan in place and then following that plan. Ultimately becoming the leader of the people. And I feel like many of you do that. I feel like many of you are healers. Whether you know that or not, or whether you do that for a living or not. Doesn't even matter. You don't have to do it for a living. I just feel it's naturally within you. And then we have the Strength card. 3 major arcanas, by the way. Strength card is looking at the demons within myself. you know, and I always hate calling them demons, but, you know, it's the light and dark within us. It's the male, it's the masculine and the feminine within us. It's finding true balance within our lives. Sometimes there may be something it would help me to overcome within that energy, you know. I feel like for some of you, this is talking about bringing back like your inner child where you did take chances. It's interesting. I feel like this page is giving me the side eye, you know, but I almost feel like he's verifying the energy that I'm feeling. So I feel like there's something new on the horizon for you also. It has to do with, again, your belief system, what you've learned from life, and then putting it into action, building a business, if that's what you're doing. But, you know, and I feel like some of you, again, becoming like maybe on a platform where you are helping others to heal, you know, and how do we do that? We heal ourselves first. Look at that. Beautiful. 8 of Pentacles. You know, if you question this path, like, am I doing the right thing? Am I on the right path? The 8 of Pentacles says, my dear, if you put your focus on this, you're going to have success. You know, whatever you focus on is the area you're going to grow. Right now, it's talking about your pentacles. Not just your pentacles, but it's also showing the potential of business ownership. Some of you already own your own business. So this 8, you know, and I also feel there may be something like a new type of inspiration that comes to you. And I don't feel like this is a one-time thing because, again, I feel like you're natural healers. I feel like you're meant to help a lot. Doesn't mean you have to. But if that's the path you've chosen, it feels very legitimate to me. So, you know, this is the willingness to go in as the apprentice. I may not know everything, but I will learn as I go. I'll only become better. The more experience, the more energy I put into it, the better I become. 2 8s, by the way. Could be 2 new beginnings. So, I feel like, you know, I feel like a lot of, we only had 1 love reading so far, and I feel the rest is really speaking about our finances and the opportunity to improve them. Some of us have been eclipsed out of jobs, but then we turn around and we're inspired to start our own business. What could be wrong with that? You know what I mean? Once we get through that certain type of energy, I feel like some of you are like, you're connected to your guides. Your guides are connected to you, and they're helping you in this creative way. So, all right, I'm going to leave that there. And let's go down to Sagittarius. Let me check how much time I've used. Okay, I'm still good. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, I remember what I titled your reading, or your thumbnail. Simply, I put intimacy. I forget what the title was, but I remember your thumbnail, and I thought there's 1 word to describe your reading, and that's intimacy. Well, hello, 10 of Cups. House of harmony, house of love, laughter, joy. Doesn't mean there's no issues in this house, but the people in this house work it out together. There's a lot of love. Palace of Swords. Look at that. 9 of Pentacles again. Again, energy. First of all, can I just say, if you're working inside your home, from inside your home, I feel like success is yours. The Page of Swords between the 10 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles feels like your voice and your authentic voice and the importance of that. I feel like this is about you doing what you love and loving what you do. Let's not forget the Nine of Pentacles means material harvest. Well, hello, Ten of Pentacles. Wow. So from the Nine of Pentacles directly to the Ten of Pentacles with the Ten of Cups above it. And then the Death card, card of Scorpio, card of endings. But it's so that new beginnings can take place. Remember, death is so that there can be a rebirth in your life. Holy cow. I mean, you know, you may not be there yet, but I feel like soon it's like you're sitting pretty. This Nine of Pentacles, again, is about your independence, you gaining your independence, and again, I feel like doing something that you love, like maybe from the home, and it really creates true abundance for you, but not just for you, maybe for the whole household. Some of you, I feel like you are connected to a Scorpio. You may collaborate with one. And then we look at this with the Seven of Pentacles. So again, it's the energy of, you know, if I'm asking, am I on the right path? This would tell you yes. Doesn't mean you have to be on that path, right? You get to choose. And your guides will readjust as, you know, like recalibrate. Just like your GPS. Oh, you didn't take the turn, I told you. Recalibrate. Am I saying that right? So Seven of Pentacles is about your soul seeds of intention. These are your seeds that you're planting, that you're nurturing. Patience is the #1 lesson from the Seven of Pentacles, right? You know, it's like I don't want my seed to blossom before it's time, because then it won't last. I just feel like whatever you're creating, Sagittarius, I feel like, wow, I feel like you're moving into a period of time where not only is abundance, the potential of abundance there, but love. And not just love of another, but also love of what you do. I feel like everything that you're going through and what you're going to, like what's opening up for you, it just feels like it's on your wheel, like it's meant to be. Don't forget the importance of your own voice, because I feel like it is your voice that helps create this success for you. But this is very, very successful type energy, coming from an energy of a harmonious home. Now, doesn't necessarily mean that I have my partner there. Maybe that's what's coming. I feel like the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles is from you. I just want to take one more. We have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands. Again, my Fool. Take a chance. Take a chance on me. Take a chance on you. So maybe you're taking a chance in love. Definitely take a chance on yourself. You know, and if you're here questioning your path, and especially as it relates to your pentacles, wow. You know, like, don't put any limits on yourself, because I feel like you're going to be surprised. Wow, I don't feel like your soul is going to be surprised. I feel like your human side is going to be surprised at all that you can create. Okay, let's leave that there. You know, I could just go on and on and on with these readings, but that's for another day. Let's pick these up. Dun, dun, dun. And we're going to move to the Light Seers. And we're going to do Capricorn. Capricorn. cut. And let's begin. 2 swords. 3 of swords. Knight of Cups, interesting. Unexpected love. 4 swords. Boy, do I love seeing the 4 swords right now. Because we open up with the 2 of swords. That's wearing a blindfold. It's something I'm fearful of. And I have a feeling it's love. Why? Well, because you probably have had your heart broken. No doubt. But this doesn't feel like about what was. This feels like about what wants to be. Because the 4 of swords is healing all of that. Healing the heart, but also healing the mind. Maybe someone's coming in that's going to help you, like, finish healing those little broken pieces. And then we have the King of Cups. So the Knight, you know, who sent the Knight of Cups? Well, the King of Cups. And forget about the sign, though it is, you know, it can be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But beyond that, forget about that. Because I feel like, you know, here's this king. His eyes are closed. It's like he's meditating on someone. And it's interesting because I feel like as you're in this healing period, or it could be reversed. It's almost like, well, someone's lying there, maybe daydreaming. They may start picking up this feeling of someone, of something, someone coming in, something coming towards you that, again, feels like it's of very loving nature. Knight of Cups, I can't really plan it, right? It comes in when it's meant to come in. And it makes sense because with the 2 swords and the 3 swords before it, the 4 swords seems really important here. Because if I don't rip off my blindfolds, then chances are I'm not going to take this knight. This knight seems like laid back. Like, I'll take my time. I'll wait. I'm in no rush. You know, I want you to, you know, it's not that it's putting any expectations on you. But I do feel like the king sent the knight. And I feel like this king, it's almost like it's a soulmate type energy. It's like telepathically connects with you. And knows that you're going through this healing period. So it's almost like I'm just gonna wait. And I'll know when the timing is right. 3 swords. Alright, I'm going to take one more though. And then the Devil. Interesting. Devil, card of Capricorn. Excuse me. But again, the Devil can cast illusions. The Devil can talk about temptations. Now, the Devil sitting next to the 3 of Swords, I feel like it's talking about maybe some choices that you made in your life as it relates to love. I definitely feel like they didn't all work out. And I feel like, you know, I need to break this illusion that all love is hurtful, because it's just not true. You know what I mean? Like, if I keep choosing, let's say I was in this, whatever that is, we'll let it go by. Let's say I was in this pattern where it's like I just kept getting attracted to the bad boy or the bad girl. I needed to see that. I needed to understand that so that I can change my course, so to speak. Remember, again, this, we saw the Devil in, I think it was Psychic Tarot, where like someone's in a cage and they feel trapped. However, the door is wide open. That's the illusion that the Devil can cast on you. One more. 2 of Pentacles, back in your court again. Back in your court. So I feel like no matter what, this Knight of Cups is coming in. No matter what. I feel like no matter what, you have the opportunity to really heal the past and take off the blindfolds. Because you need to be able to see what's in front of you. And I feel like even a blindfold can be over your heart, over your intuition. It's like ripping off those Band-Aids so that you can see truth for what it really is. I know this king is the one who sent in this knight. I know this king has patience. Again, male or female. And I know this king understands what you have been through. But nonetheless, I'm coming in. Nonetheless, I'm coming in. And I am going to leave it up to you, though I have a feeling, let's say I just said no. Now, I don't feel like this is someone who hurt you. I feel like this is talking about past people. And what I have to learn here is not all people are like that. What was I attracted to? Why was I always attracted to a lower vibrational type energy? And maybe now, as I rip off these blindfolds, I start to see that. And, I feel like this Knight of Cups is a much higher vibration. So, I can't tell you yes or no whether you should take it. To me, it feels very, very positive. But again, it leaves the ball in your court. Just as it should be. Now, let's say you don't want it to be left in your court. It's like, no, help me. Ask your guides to help you. Ask your guides to send you signs. But having a blindfold on is not going to help you see it. So, face whatever it is you need to face. And then, well, I want to say accept what wants to come in new. But it's going to be up to you. All right. Aquarius. 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 Your reading, I have to say, it is one of the most popular readings for August. It's just flying. And it was an interesting reading. And I'm trying to think, what did I title yours? The Beginning of Everything. The Beginning of Everything. When I remember the titles or even a thumbnail, because I do so many readings, it lets me know that it was important. It's important to let you know that. Okay. Nine of Swords. Remember, that's unnecessary worry. Worry nonetheless can be sleepless nights. If I don't deal with the Nine of Swords, it can turn into depression. It can turn into solitude. It can turn into, it's going to show its way somehow through the body. So this is an energy I definitely want to look at because, again, it's unnecessary. Five of Pentacles, well, that's probably why. Five of Pentacles, another five, by the way. Five of Pentacles is that energy of feeling like thrown out into the cold. It's like something happens that maybe you didn't plan for, but nonetheless it happens. What I do love about the Five of Pentacles, though, even though it's difficult energy, it's temporary. And if you look at just this image, there's a key right there by the door. There is the key that unlocks the next door. Not hidden from you. This person just has their head down, as does this person. Both of them have their head down. So I feel like, yes, something may have been eclipsed out. Something may have happened against your wishes. But the truth of the matter is, there's the key that's going to unlock that next door for you. And I feel like in the Five of Pentacles, again, temporary energy, I do feel like you're moving towards soulmate type energy. So it's like when I feel down and out, I feel like the right people show up at the right time. Well, hello, Empress. Mother figure. The nurturer. Oh, Queen of Wands. And then the World. The next chapter. So again, Five of Pentacles, something happened outside of my control. put a lot of worry on me, a lot of stress on me. Maybe what I need to do, maybe the worry is because I'm not lifting my head up. I'm not seeing that key, though that key is there. And listen, it just may simply mean ask your guides for help as it relates to starting this next chapter. And they're going to show you where that key's at. They're going to illuminate it for you, metaphorically. The World card here, it's the next chapter. The Empress, it's about giving birth to your ideas. Remember, she's very creative. And she receives many, many epiphanies. I feel like there's no way the Empress would stay in that Nine of Swords energy. It doesn't mean if, you know, the Empress doesn't ever have fear, but she'll look at it right away. Where's it coming from? You know, it's like talking to my demons, like, show me the door you came through. What, you know, what are you doing here and what door did you come through? And when they tell you, shut that door. Shut that door. I'm seeing a lot of circles. Can talk about infinity. Maybe remembering that you're a spiritual being, though sometimes you feel like I'm just this human person stuck. But you're not stuck. You know, the Queen of Wands, that's really under the Nine of Swords. I feel like this Queen of Wands is rising above. I'm just rising above. Well, hello, Star. First of all, that's your major arcana. I like that it's showing up in your own reading. But this is about your dreams and your wishes. And bringing them to life. And that's what the Empress is going to do. She's going to bring them to life. You know, a lot of energy of the past for a lot of people. And a lot of the different readings. The past has, you know, maybe been somewhat difficult. You know, we're always going to have challenges in our life. But if we look at our experiences and we've learned from them, you know, when challenges show up, it's almost like we can walk right through them. Like we see them before they even come. Like, okay, I've been there. I know what to do. I have no doubt. Let's just take one more with that. Look at that, the Ace of Swords. Some type of communication. Some type of truth that is moving you from one cycle to another cycle. To the next cycle, let's just say. Again, the World, to me, is the most spiritual time in my life. The Empress is someone who, you know, what has she learned through her hardships? She's learned that it does her no good to harden her heart, right? She's learned that really for me to measure what's good or not good for me, it takes my own energy, not blindfolds, right? Not fear. Like I start to learn that if anything enters in my energetic field, my alarm systems will go off and I'll be alerted to them right away. Now, before the Empress, maybe I didn't pay attention to those alarms. But now, as the Empress, I feel like that is what I have learned. Again, I can see you using your voice to do something of a dream, bringing it to life. And then I feel like, you know, maybe where I was, even though maybe I didn't plan on making any change, the universe made a change. But again, it feels like it's putting you on a desired path. It's hard to say that when you're still in like the Nine of Swords energy. It's hard to get someone to believe that there is opportunity out there for you, that your dreams really can come true. But if I stay in a fear-based energy, I'm going to put a lot of, you know, I'm putting a lot of challenges before me. The Empress learns all of that. And I feel like, you know, whatever epiphanies you're receiving, I feel like they are meant to come to life. Okay, let's let that be. And then last but not least is Pisces. Last time your reading got cut off. That's how I learned that I have a limit on my camera. But I want you to be included. So Pisces. Pisces. Give him a cut. I do this just to keep mixing the cards up for you. You know, like, I trust myself, but I know some of you need to see that, like, there's shuffles in that, and that's okay. All right, Pisces. Eight of Swords. Self-created prison. You know, what's interesting, if you look at this image, though, it's like your higher self is looking at your lower self. Or another way of saying that, your spiritual being is looking at your human being. And probably trying to reach you, saying, you know, this prison that you're in, it's self-created and you can break yourself free. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you free yourself. Because 8, a new beginning, infinity, as above, so below. Well, here is the above, looking at the below. Judgment, your spiritual team. This is a call to the present moment. Why? Because some type of rebirth wants to take place in your life. You know, it's probably time. She's connected to aboves, as is the person in the Eight of Swords. You know, even though this is a self-created prison, your higher self is seeing that. Your spiritual team is seeing that. And I feel like it's helping you to connect to above so that you can have the rebirth that is about to happen. Temperance, divine timing. Card of Sagittarius, by the way. You know, if maybe I'm trying to control something in the Eight of Swords and it's just not working in my favor, maybe what I got to do is let go of control. Instead of trying to control it, let go of control. Temperance is, you know, I often feel temperance is busy mixing the perfect recipe together in your life, but also for the lovers, that type of energy. Six of Wands, victory. The Queen of Pentacles. Can be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Doesn't have to be any of that. You know, when I see the Queen of Pentacles, first thing I think of is her specialty. And her specialty is really picking up those details that other people miss. She's like in a meditative state here. She's holding this big pentacle in her hand, and she's looking right over at that Six of Wands where this person's in the spotlight. Maybe you fear the spotlight, but maybe that's right where you're meant to be. We have the Page of Cups. It's like your inner child. It's like allowing your inner child to come out and play. You know, when you see the Eight of Swords and the Page of Cups, to me, it means that I'm no longer allowing my inner child to come out and play. You know, something is trying to hold me in place, but I'm allowing it to hold me in place at the same time. King of Wands. King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Now, here's what I'm really picking up. If we look at the first card, the Eight of Swords, that's usually the card that is either just coming in or is ready to leave. So the Eight of Swords, that self-created prison. You know, your higher self is seeing that, is recognizing that, is helping you. Your spiritual team is here to help you also. You know, and I feel like Temperance is saying, because this is about divine timing, that the timing may be coming up very soon. Break yourself free from that prison if you can. And I know that you can. especially with the energy of victory right below it. And again, Pisces, I wouldn't be surprised if you then use your experiences as a platform. I have a feeling for some of you, this may be talking about partnership. I just want to look at that king, follow that king. Look at that, the Ace of Wands. Okay, so this king is not someone I need to fear in any way. This king is someone who's meant to inspire me. Some of you, this can talk about someone that you knew back in the day. But you don't even have to know this person. Connected to your spiritual team. So I feel like it's meant to happen. Like this person's meant to happen. And then the ball starts rolling. And then the passion starts moving again. Remember the Ace of Wands, it does take your human action, right? It's like the fire will burn within you, but then it takes your action to then bring it to fruition. Pisces, you gotta let your inner child back out. You know, and when I say inner child, I want you to think about like just your younger life where, you know, before we had all these restrictions and, you know, elements of being an adult and all that brought with it, right? This is when I felt free and unencumbered. Now, listen, yes, as we grow, there are more and more responsibilities, but sometimes we take on responsibilities that aren't even our own. So whatever that self-created prison is, that's what you need to look at, because it's saying not only can you break yourself free, but once you break yourself free, then there's a rebirth. There just is. Not just a rebirth, but a fire in your belly, a fire in your intuition, a fire in your heart. I say go for it. Okay, I'm going to leave that be. I thank you guys. I really do. I know they were kind of short but sweet, but that's exactly what they were meant to be. I definitely recommend checking out your monthly, because I have a feeling a lot of them are tying back to your monthly. But I will make sure I timestamp these for you. And as always, I thank you. I thank you for your donations, helping to keep the channel alive. I thank you for watching the ads, because clicking on an ad helps a reader more than anything, believe it or not. And YouTube doesn't like us to say that, but I don't know why, right? Because, hey, the ad gets watched. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for becoming a subscriber. Welcome. And thank you to all those who've been with me. I just love you all. I just love you. I feel like we're one big soul family. So, and we're always welcoming in new soulmates. So, definitely leave your comments. Let me know what you think. Tell me how it related to you. And other than that, I'm going to let it be. I love you guys. I thank you. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.